أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الناس اعبدوا ربكم الذي خلقكم والذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. Viewers, I have recited the verse of Holy Quran in which Allah Almighty is addressing to the mankind, and it's a general message to the mankind, whole mankind, all human beings. This message is not a specific message for a specific group. This message is a general message in which Allah Almighty is saying to the mankind, Allah Almighty is addressing to the mankind, O mankind, Ya ayyuhan nas, O mankind, worship your Lord who created you. It's being established, the first principle, that the mankind must worship the Lord who has created the mankind, the human beings. It's mean mankind must bend down itself before the Lord who has created the mankind. This is being established, the first principle of Islam, that the mankind must prostrate in the court of Allah Almighty who has created the mankind, all human beings. But unfortunately, the mankind is bending down before handmade gods. Whatever the mankind has created, its own gods, and the mankind is worshipping the gods. Those are created by the mankind. But in the eye of Islam, in the eye of Allah Almighty, this theory is obviously being rejected and being established that mankind must worship the Lord who has created the mankind. And it's a logically true principle, because the man should pay thanks in the honor of Lord who has created the mankind. Not the mankind should or prostrate or bend down or worship the gods. Those are created by the mankind. This is being the first principle of Islam being established by Allah Almighty in this holy verse. And Allah Almighty is addressing to the whole mankind. It's a general message. And what's next saying? Allah Almighty, and those before you. Allah Almighty has created you, and you will have to must worship your Creator. And Allah Almighty has created whatever the mankind was before you. It's mean from Hazrat Adam to still now, whatever the mankind is being created, its creator is Allah Almighty. Except Allah Almighty, there is no another Allah or God. Allah Almighty is the creator of this universe, and whatever is in this universe, each and everything is created by Allah Almighty. And Allah Almighty is addressing to the mankind, you will have to must worship your Creator who has created you and who has created the peoples before you, so that you can be a pious man. لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. And Allah Almighty is now counting His bounties and blessings, whatever He has blessed to the mankind. And Allah Almighty is saying in the next verse, الَّذِي جَعَلَ لَكُمُ الْأَرْضَ فِرَاشًا وَالسَّمَاءَ بِنَاهُ وَأَنزَلَ مِنَ السَّمَاءِ مَاءً فَأَخْرَجَ بِهِ مِنَ الثَّمَرَاتِ رِزْقًا لَكُمْ فَلَا تَجْعَلُوا لِلَّهِ أَنْدَادًا وَأَنْتُمْ تَعْلَمُونَ. Who has spread out the earth as a resting place for you? Allah Almighty is addressing to the mankind, you will have to worship the Allah Almighty who has created you and the people before you, so that you can be a pious man, so that you can save yourself from all kind and types of evils. And now Allah Almighty is also counting His bounties and blessings, whatever He has blessed to the mankind. And the first blessing is الَّذِي جَعَلَ لَكُمُ الْأَرْضَ فِرَاشًا, who has spread out the earth as a resting place for you. Allah Almighty has created this earth for the mankind, and mankind is spending its life on this earth with full peace and rest. And next blessing is وَالسَّمَاءَ بِنَاءً, and has made heaven as a canopy. Allah Almighty has created the earth and sky, who is providing us the shelter that is in blue color. And Allah Almighty has blessed us in this blue color sky as a bounty. We are getting a lot of benefits from it. And Allah Almighty is saying, what's the next bounty that Allah Almighty is blessed to the mankind? That is وَأَنزَلَ مِنَ السَّمَاءِ مَاءً, and has sent down water from heaven. And Allah Almighty has given us the water. Just the whole mankind cannot be able to pay thanks in the court of honor Allah Almighty, that Allah Almighty has blessed us the bounty of water. Water, if the water will not be available in the world, no living creature can spend his life on the earth. It's a great bounty or blessing of Allah Almighty that is blessed to the mankind. And Allah Almighty is saying, "O man, I have created you. I'm your Lord. I'm your creator. You will have to worship me. And I have also created the people before you so that you can be a pious man. You can save yourself from all type of evils. And I have blessed you, the earth that is producing a lot of things for you, and you are getting all edibles and eatable things for yourself." And next bounty, Allah Almighty is also counting that as the sky. There are a lot of benefits for the mankind. And next bounty is the water. And water is also the great blessing of Allah Almighty. And Allah Almighty is counting His bounties and blessings for the mankind, so that He is asking us, I have blessed you this and that, but you are running away from your Allah. But He is sustaining you each and everything, whatever you need in your life. And what's the next bounty that Allah Almighty is counting here in this holy verse? فَأَخْرَجَ بِهِ مِنَ الثَّمَرَاتِ, and wherewith He brings forth fruits for you, your sustenance. Allah Almighty has created you and created the people before you and blessed you this earth as a bounty, and blessed you the sky as a bounty, and blessed you water as a great bounty, and Allah Almighty has given you a lot of production and fruits on this earth for your living. Allah Almighty has arranged each and everything in this world. Whatever you need in this world, Allah Almighty has already arranged for you. And Allah Almighty is asking you whatever you need in your life in this world, and you are getting. But why you are forgetting your Creator? Why you are not thinking? Why you are not paying your thanks in the honor of Allah Almighty, who has created you and blessed you a lot of blessings in this world? This is the message of Allah Almighty to the mankind. And what is the next bounty of Allah Almighty for the mankind in this holy verse? That is, فَأَخْرَجَ بِهِ مِنَ الثَّمَرَاتِ رِزْقًا لَكُمْ فَلَا تَجْعَلُوا لِلَّهِ أَنْدَادًا وَأَنْتُمْ تَعْلَمُونَ. Allah Almighty is awareing you, reminding you that I have created you. I am your Lord. I am your Creator. You will have to pay thanks. You will have to worship me as I have created you, the people before you. And I want to save you from all type of evils so that you can be a pious man. And now Allah Almighty is counting His blessings. I have blessed you, the earth, the sky, the water, a lot of edible things in this world. And why Allah Almighty is counting all these things? Allah Almighty is counting these things in this view that I have blessed you each and everything. But what is the demand of Allah? Just the demand of Allah Almighty is that فَلَا تَجْعَلُوا لِلَّهِ أَنْدَادًا وَأَنْتُمْ تَعْلَمُونَ. So don't set up rivals with Allah, and you are making the partners of Allah Almighty, and you are making another gods. You are worshipping except Allah Almighty and other gods that you have made with your own hands. Allah Almighty is addressing to the mankind, save yourself from polytheism. I am your Creator. I have blessed you each and everything, and you are running away. You are getting a wrong path. Come on the right path, because I have created you. I have blessed you. I have blessed you a lot of bounties in this world. And you know, deliberately, you are adopting a wrong way. Allah Almighty has blessed us this life, and each and everything that we need in this life has blessed us. And Allah Almighty is awareing us, I have given you each and everything, but you are worshipping other gods. Those are made by your own hands. How it's possible and logically they can provide you? Those are created by you. Worship the Lord who has created you. This is being established. The first principle of worship, that the mankind must worship the Lord who has created the mankind, not the created things by mankind. The mankind must think. It's a great logic in these verses. When the mankind will think, consequently, the result will be that indeed Allah Almighty has created the whole mankind. There is no other God except Allah. In the end, I pray in the quote of Allah Almighty, may Allah Almighty bless us the efforts to act upon